Welcome back to the Matt Leaker channel. She kissed the dirt and she liked it. She got a face full of sand, which was crunchy. Here is Katy Perry this week. Absolute insanity and 1,000 billion reasons why none of this is happening. Here she is in the dirt, ass in the air, after getting out of this capsule thing after apparently going to space for 11 minutes. Now, I'm guessing most of humanity, unless you're in, an undiscovered tribe in Amazonia, but maybe they've even heard about this. It's full of ritual and it's full of just ludicrousness. And they've given up actually, trying to do anything serious. They're just throwing it out there now. But it has been busted many, many times, this whole narrative this week. I don't know whether you've seen this on Taboo Conspiracy, which will be linked below. If you go over to Taboos and do subscribe, tell him Martin sent you over. So, yeah, when Fake in Space goes horribly wrong. So, so this was the top of that. This is the bell end. So all of the ladies, apparently ladies, in the bell end, apparently floating around, taking selfies, not bothering looking out of the window. I'm guessing a lot of you have seen that footage. And then this re-enters Earth's atmosphere flat, gets into an incredible temperature, but they have these flame-proof parachutes which gently bring it down into the massive dust clouds that doesn't actually rest anywhere and is not really apparent in this picture. But here's billionaire Bezos and someone else. This thing has just landed. They've put some gantry, and then the women inside, because basically they're ditzy and don't know what they're doing, just acting really badly. They try and open the door. Now, remember, this is supposed to be in space. Although it was 11 minutes, they went into apparently low Earth orbit, but not really. Doesn't actually classify them as astronauts, but they're dozy, bumping into one another in the dark. And they try this to open the door. No, that's supposed to be sealed because you're not supposed to be opening it from the inside. There's a vacuum up there. So apparently then Bezos comes over, close the door because the women inside are dozy. And then Bezos comes over and pretends, even though it's already been busted, absolutely ridiculous, that he's got a special tool for undoing said craft. So they've been busted already. Now, if you tell one lie, you're going to tell 100 lies. This video will link below because the guy who captured it was another guy that Taboo Conspiracy was shouting. And it's all over the internet now anyway. So, yeah, so Katy. So, yeah, this is absolutely full of ritual. It's absolutely unbelievable how many Masonic symbols are in this. And I noticed they blocked this off. It just says organ, which it is a very large organ. So here's Katy. She took had time to take a butterfly. It's nothing to do with the Montauk project or to do with Monarch project. And she's covering the old one eye. She knows exactly what she's doing. And I think she looks very doody just lately. And you can see this is, if they have gone up, which I doubt because it was a CGI image that they showed with the rocket, it looks decidedly flat out there. Anyway, she's covering over the old one eye, as we all know, in Illuminati decodage, that the old one eye is the sign of Lucifer and the all-seeing eye of Horus. They tried to Horus. There she is there. So many of you who are watching this video now may not know that Katy Perry actually had something to do with Flat Earth, guys. Did you know that? So going back, now make me a sandwich play set. There they are. They've already got them on memes like they've been around forever. Charlie's Angels, these uniforms of these women. God knows who any of them are apart from Katy, but straight out of Star Trek, isn't it? But the symbols on there are Star Trekky as well, but also Baphomet upside down. Anyway, back to Katy Perry. So Katy done a stupid thing once. Well, more than once. She married Russell Brand, but being a Rothschild or related to her, she's in the right blood group, and she's permitted to do these things, but they call upon her to do these because everyone's going to watch it, and then they're going to hope that people are going to believe this is happening. Now, back in about 2016, she decides in her bed and in her gym jams to go live on her phone. I shit you not. Just like she looks like any ordinary person sat in bed. So one of the flat earthers, he might be in the comment after you've watched this video, Dan. Okay, I haven't got this video. I wish I'd just saved it. Maybe it's there somewhere deep, in my hard drives. But this video shows Dan, who is a flat earther, saying to Katy Perry, "The Earth's flat, Katy." She reads out Dan's comment, I make Dan's comment, and goes, "The Earth's flat." Glazes over, looks up at the ceiling, and she's gone. And she's like, "Oh my God, it's flat." Anyway, it only went on for a minute or two more, the feed, and it goes completely dead. They cut it off. The story goes that the day later, they get Neil deGrasse Tyson to come to her house and explain to Katy Perry why the Earth isn't flat. Then Katy, even though she's already said all them years ago, "Oh my God, the Earth's flat," which she did in front of many flat earth witnesses, because a lot of us, many thousands, seen her say that. And now, weirdly, she's going up in this rocket. Now, Bezos, he looks a bit weird, doesn't he? But this thing, what was he thinking? Well, I know exactly what he was thinking. And then they're not really Charlie's Angels, are they? There she is, Katy, with the moomins. She's been to Button Moon. She kissed Mr. Spoon, Button Moon. So why are they losing, interest in actually having to prove anything, or just stick CG animations up? This rocket going up, there's a man floating in space, catches it all. She's looking dead duty lately. So it's funny. She's going up to Katy, who's was once into flat Earth, or looked at it. Now apparently went up to space, and her ex-husband, who's Russell Brand, is in some legal case over sexy time problems. And there's some dodgy pictures of her. What is it? Anyway, she looks like another Katy Perry. Looks like they've replaced her sometime in the past. And I guess we're going to hear her roar. God, the music's so shit, isn't it? So, every breath you take, we'll be watching you. I guess they think all of that's real as well, don't they? Pear-shaped Earth. There's Neil deGrasse. He told everybody that stuff's flat, yo, when he explains that when apparently Bumgardner went up in a balloon, jumped out of it in Arizona, and then they show apparently the curvature, and he says, "No, that shit ain't happening," because he's got a fisheye lens, and you've got to be super duper duper high up to be able to see any of that. Anyway, he says, "The Earth is like me, chubby around the middle, bit pear-shaped." So Neil gets very confused a lot of the time. I think he's a closet flat earther, but they pay him enough money to do what he does, same as all of them. So here's the gals. I don't know what to make of these. I don't know any of them. I've seen this lady before. She's apparently an astronaut, isn't she? And they just got that look of not really looking very womanly. I don't know what's going on with all of that. Anyway, this symbol Katy Perry's wearing on these Space 1999 overalls that they're designed for them all has got an upside down Baphomet on there. Of course it has. But it's full of symbology, She takes up this butterfly to cover her eye, And that looks CGI. They don't even look like they're in there. There's something wrong with the outline. All of this is not even a real image, as you can see. That is totally AI. So yeah, so apparently they go up, and then it's like Vomit Comet, and they're just supposed to be 0G for a minute, floating around. They take selfies, act like silly fuckers, and then the minute it gets down, touchdown, right? There's no dirt on this thing. It was in a cloud of dust, like in the desert. Yeah. Then she kisses the desert. Okay. Oh my God, I was 11 minutes away from planet Earth. I feel like I've had some sort of religious experience, and I'm going to hold this daisy to the sky. Right. Do you know she's out in the desert? Yeah. Is there any daisies growing? Maybe there is. Maybe she went off and wandered, and maybe she wanted a wee. But I don't think you could actually go to wee in these overalls because you would have to take the whole thing off, as you can see. So yeah, she gets out of the spacecraft after they fucked up opening the door bit because they can't act for shit. And she holds a daisy up to the sky. Okay, and then she hits the floor, probably facing east because her employers demand it. Okay. Lost 60s technology, Earth's measured flat. You can globe hero shirt. I tell you what, my heart is pity patting now. Okay, but that's the MK Ultra kicking in. Okay, I got mind control by flat Earth. Lost 60s technology. Year is the. Do you know what? I'm an empath and I actually feel sorry for him. Why they stuck this poor man, is to be excuse me, shit fuck, a spokesman for NASA is beyond me. But he actually states that we being NASA, destroyed the technology. And it's a painful process to build it back. So we won't be bothering ever again. Only they did. And there's McLuhan, okay, with his measuring equipment, doing an awesome job for humanity. I'm sure he'll be remembered. They all will. Here's a flat earther action figure. There's another one, but it's a hippie and it's derogative. So basically, and it looks exactly like me. I don't know whether they based it on me. But also all you need is a P1000. Okay, theodolites. Get out there, do some geodesic work, advanced trigonometry textbook, and understanding what perspective is, and you soon get there. The flat earther action figure. The Glober action figure. Yeah, I know. They're a bit like Antifa people. Look, third grade science book. They got globes as well, and a little plumb line, which actually doesn't help with any globicity, if that is even a word. So yeah, we've come a long way in 10 years, haven't we? The flat earthers as a collective of friends and researchers, haven't we? And we can discern what's going on in the world now. We can see that all of this is bloody ridiculous. There she is, holding a daisy. Looks like she's actually on drugs to me. I'm not saying that she is, but I'm saying her eyes look funny, like glazed over and very, very strange. If somebody was to look at me like that, I'd be really confused and think, "Are you okay?" But she's got a daisy, and then she holds daisy up to the sky. I don't actually know what the daisy up to the sky symbology means, but I do know that this is the shape of a penis. And they instantly, after it takes off, it just goes straight. Well, it's all CGI, but it goes straight into this because they've got advanced drones that can take high-speed shots of a rocket zipping past. So no, they're not. It's all CGI. And they're getting worse. They just don't even care anymore. Send Katy Perry up to space. She already mentioned flat Earth. She already considered it, and her eyes lit up, and she went, "Oh my God, yeah, it is. It is." That's what she said, guys. Check my comments out later. I'm sure a lot of the flat earthers were about at the time. Quinky dink, isn't it? Of all the people, they could have bullshitted this. And they shit it out of nowhere. Did you notice? Like 2 weeks ago, no one actually knew about it. Apparently, she's been in training. Astronauts have to be apparently at the peak of physical, to be able to go into zero G environment and in a, apparently panicky environment because it's a vacuum of space apparently outside that will kill you instantly if anything goes wrong. But apparently that Blue Origin, they've tested it before without any people in there, and it came back down safely. So they decided to put a multi-billionaire or a multi-millionaire pop star or whatever she is, elite, into it, and some other women who I haven't got a clue who they are, and an astronaut as well up into space. Okay. Whatever. I kissed a girl and I liked it. Pigs in space. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let me know what you think in comments. There's no reason to take this butterfly up and cover the old one eye up, okay? And it's just ridiculous. If you watch the footage yourself, all of it is just ridiculous. Let me know what you think in comments. It's been Flat Earth British. Quick post on strangeness happening in the realm right now. which is a lot of, but this one is particularly strange. There she is kissing dirt. She's got a face full of dust, guys. I bet she's spitting it all out. Not the first time. I'm just saying. I kissed a girl and I liked it. See you on the next one. Much love, guys.